peeps from near and far. Hope you had a wonderful week. And thank you to everyone who has viewed and subscribed so far, as it is great to have some viewers supporting me. As I mentioned in my last episode, this week is centered around Winston and the work behind organizing the doggy export from the Isle of Man and the import to Florida in the USA. So when you export a pet, you have to meet the export requirements of the country that you fly from and the import requirements of the country coming into. So every country, of course, will have their own government site for pet export and import. In the UK, you can go in the gov.uk site and read the pages titled Guidance on Export or Move Like Animals. In the Isle of Man, they have their own page, gov.im, and you can look for the pages titled Traveling with Pets. Then you have to check the import requirements in the USA that may vary per state. In Florida, international imports are regulated by the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture. And on their website, you can look up the section, Bring a Pet from Another Country into the United States, and in parentheses, it will say import. Once you're informed about the requirements, do some research into pet travel companies that can help you with the logistics from the UK. I started emailing companies in October last year. Services that are typically offered, they can provide a crate if you don't have one. If you decide to have a crate of your own, please make sure you consult with the company to see that it meets international requirements. They will also arrange the booking with the airlines, and most of them will use IAG cargo. The booking window typically opens 14 days prior to the flight, meaning that any quotes given are subject to change based on the final pricing that the airline gives to the pet travel company. They should also help you with all the export paperwork and inform you of health certificates and vaccine requirements to allow the pet to fly and enter the destination. You should ask about any support given with the customs clearance in the destination, in my case, the USA. Do they assist you with the required paperwork? What forms are you responsible to complete as the pet owner? And also inquire about any support in securing a pet customs clearance broker. If they don't offer support with a customs clearance broker, you will have to secure one on your own. That is an additional service that could cost anywhere from $300 to $650. This is essential because the broker clears your pet's entry as live cargo after the airline arrives and then brings him out from the cargo area to you or whoever is collecting your doggy up. Also, when you are requesting a quote, ask them to itemize specifically the services offered and what is not in scope. And if you can afford it, of course, just check out K9 Jets. It's a shared private jets to major destinations in which the pet travels with you in the cabin, not as cargo, and then you can clear the pet with customs upon entry, removing the needs of an import broker. And yes, of course, seats can range from £10,000 per person. So our plan is to take the ferry out of the Isle of Man to Liverpool on Saturday, the 21st of March, then drive to Manchester, in which we stay for 2 nights. And the humans will planning to board the Aer Lingus flight EI-35 direct to Orlando. So far, that's what's happening. So the first quote we received from a cargo company out of Manchester was for $2,660, and that was putting Winston in the same flight as ours. And may I add that our tickets for 3 one-way costed $1,600. The quote included the crate flight booking documentation and delivery to airline, but it didn't include import agent for customs clearing. And I didn't know that an import agent is a must, as I thought that if we were traveling in the same flight, I could clear him. But I was very wrong. And no one informed me that it's necessary to have one customs clearing agent until I started reading about it in more detail and asking around. This company then told me that they are not using the airline for live cargo as of February, and they went away to get me some other options, but I still haven't heard further. So I started calling other companies, and I swear I must have spent about 10 hours this week between phone calls, research, and emails. One company quoted me about $3,300, including $650 for the import broker services out of same flight out of Manchester. And then I had a good call with another company that suggested that you should be on a flight that is before your pet to assure that you're there for collection. And if you're on the same flight, what could happen is that if there is a change in aircraft, they might reassign live cargo on another flight and you could be arriving after your pet. In the event that happens to us, at least I'm lucky because I have my sister as a possibility to help me in the event we arrive after Winston. This company also gave us an option that comes to around $3,980. They will collect Winston from Liverpool ferry dock on Saturday the 21st, board him for tonight, and then put him on a direct flight from Gatwick on the same day that we're flying out from Manchester. In the meantime, another company informed me that they found out from Aer Lingus that the aircraft that was being used that day, AI-35, was being changed and the new aircraft couldn't accommodate live cargo, hence giving me as well options from Gatwick. So I replied to see if they could add the transfer for Liverpool to Gatwick and boarding import broker support, and I'm waiting on that quote. And then I just spoke with another company that if I could get Winston to them via courier on Monday the 23rd, they can put him overnight, they can board him overnight and put him on a flight to Miami on the 24th. The quote is $2,995 all in. I just need to find a pet courier to move him to London. So it looks like Winston export to the USA could cost us exactly the same as all our belongings, which is around £4,000. Which makes me think I should start playing the lotto to see if a win allows us to have that private jet after all. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a stressful week dealing with all this, and I'm not hiding the fact that I shed 1, 2, 3, or 4 tears. Also, Winston has never been in a crate before, and now in a couple of months we will be spending circa 10 hours in one. So I want to say thank you to my friends Liana and Andy. Thank you guys, because they lent me this crate so I could start doing some training. And he's taking naps in it, but I need to start having him locked. If you know anyone that has a private jet and would like to fly Winston from Liverpool or Manchester over to Orlando out of the kindness of their heart, I will be glad to have a chat with them. Who can blame me for trying to do my best for this gorgeous creature? So join me next week as I venture into the world of the USA spouse visas and the application process. And please like and subscribe. Right, Winston, come here. Tell everybody goodbye. Post any comments below, and thank you for watching. Winston, say hi. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Here he goes. Thank you guys.